Hello, and welcome to another public class from hollytreeenglish.com. This is session 1 of today's public class, and my name is Teacher Holly, or just Holly. It doesn't matter which. It is the third Saturday of the month, at least in my country, so that means that this is the time when, oops, when I also make my phone be silent. This is the time when I choose just a different class. So sometimes it's speaking, sometimes it's grammar, sometimes it's something else. And today, this is a mixed conversation and what do you call it? Learning class, I guess, learning strategy or learning method class. So I want to welcome the 2 students who are already with us. And if you want to join late, that is fine. But I want to welcome Anna and Ken, who are with us already. Hi again.
Hi, Holly. I'm very happy to be in your class. Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Of course, no problem.
Yes, hello. Yeah, glad to be here again. And good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. All right. So we are going to get started. And you two are the first students to take a class like this. I have taught this concept before, but not as a whole class. So we will see. This will be interesting. And the subject or the topic is motivation. So what does motivation mean to you, Anna? We'll start with Anna. What does motivation mean to you?
Motivation is the ability to keep going,
Mm-hmm.
to 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 see forward, to not give up until you reach the point you wanna reach.
Mm-hmm.
Until you achieve your goal. It's what makes you carry on and find an extra burst of energy, even if you are worn out.
Mm-hmm. And Ken, what does motivation mean to you?
Yeah, motivation is a vehicle to achieve something or to do something, and maybe uh, you know, uh, if we don't have a motivation, maybe we cannot just you cannot keep going or we cannot achieve something. In that sense, having good motivation is very important.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so to connect it with our subject today, why is it important to have motivation when you want to study a language like English? Back to Anna. So why is it important to have a motivation for learning English?
Because if you don't have motivation, you want to learn anything. You want to study. You will think, I'm incapable of it. So I I wanna I don't wanna try anymore. Since I have failed or something. But nothing comes easy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And you have to to keep trying. You
Mm-hmm.
know, some people wish to be able to speak English, but they can't just wish. They have to start doing. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Wishing without action will remain a wish, right?
exactly.
Mhm.
And that's the reason. And motivation is really important. It's something that she comes from inside you. You know, some people might motivate you, and some people might unmotivate you, and then you can use it. Um, some obstacles like a motivation, because it's a reason for you to try harder.
Mhm. And Ken, why is it important? Why do you think it's important?
For English learning, having motivation.
Yeah, for having
Okay.
motivation. Mhm.
I think the if I don't have a motivation for learning English, I would rely on Google Translator, which means I I translate badly. Maybe it often happens in the internet chat room or something, and people just leave the Google Translator and they believe that that is the correct word translation, but language is not so easy actually. So if thanks to I have a motivation for learning English, I noticed such things. So how can I say it in the end? Maybe yeah, having motivation for English learning is important to correct understanding of English language.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. And we have another student with us, Santosh.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good. And please tell me again, where are you from?
I'm from India.
That's right. Okay. I remember now. Um, so Santosh, we are talking about motivation and we are talking about why it is important to be motivated to learn English. So, can you tell us why do you think it is important to have motivation to learn English?
Uh, I think English is a very important for communicate to each other in others country. So I believe that, and uh, my aim is I'm go to abroad later. So that's why I think is very important for me.
But why do you need motivation? Why is only okay, I will ask a different way. So how wait. Why do you need motivation? So just learning and wishing to learn is not enough. Why do you need motivation? So why do you need a reason or something to push you to learn?
Uh, could you please your questions?
A motivation means a push to do something. A push,
Okay, okay.
something.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah. Got it. I
uh-huh.
got it.
So why do we need a push?
Uh, uh, actually, ma'am, I need I will need to English and somewhere listen in English. That's why the this kind of person I push the English uh, language. So you understand what I am saying to you.
I'm not sure. I think you're saying you're new and you don't understand. So this is your push right now. This is your push.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to get better.
Yeah, ma'am, you are right. You are
Mhm.
right. First of all, I tell you, my English is not good at the level, but I will improve day by day. So please, some mistake you ignore them and you try to understand me.
Of course, that is what I do. Right, Ken and Anna? They know me. Okay, so good. So we all understand why we need a push. And when we when teachers or other people read research about language learning, we see there are two kinds of push or motivation to learn English. Some are outside and some are inside, like Anna said. And Anna said something very important because the research shows that the push from inside you is more powerful, it's stronger than the push from outside you. But both have a place. Both can push you.
Yes, yes, you are
So,
right.
Anna, can you tell me one thing inside you that pushes you or motivates you to learn English, and one thing outside your person?
Okay. Inside me, when I listen to a song in English or when I watch a movie and I can understand at least half of it, I feel great because I wasn't capable of doing that before. You know, to be able to talk with you and to know all those people, you know, it's great. And also, if I have something to do in English and I'm capable of doing, I feel that sense of accomplishment. You know, I did it, so I can do more, and it's from inside me. And from outside me, are people, um, you know, everyone that she I know comes up with a phrase like, "Ah, you speak English awesome. Ah, your English is great. Oh, I liked the post you shared on your community." And also, each certificate we receive a small amount over our salary in
Mhm.
my work, and English gives me a small amount over as well. You know,
Mhm.
it comes from outside.
Mhm. Ken.
Yes, my inner motivation is, yeah, uh, when I was a kid, I sometimes played with my American relatives. They are bilinguals at that time, so they could switch Japanese and English freely. So I really amazed, that bilingual situation, and English sound to me was cool. So I wanted to be, speak like them. At that time, I decided to speak like them. And after that, I began to be crazy about rock music. So I wanted to sing the meaning of the lyrics, and I want to sing like Mick Jagger or John Lennon. So that's yeah, motivation. And then outside, after motivation could be a business. Nowadays, in this globalized world, English is a global language actually. So if we cannot communicate with local language, many people rely on speak English. So yeah, it boosts my business high currency opportunity also. Also, we can have more information if we can understand English because I heard one article. It is said 60% books or articles were published in English in the world.
Wow.
So we can access more information in English, actually.
Mhm. Very nice. Um, I did not know that number exactly. So
Mm.
when you are a teacher, you have a chance to also learn. Yay!
Mm.
Uh, thank you. Thank you very much, both of you. Okay, Santosh. So what is
Ah,
a push to learn English inside you? Something inside yourself that pushes you to learn English.
actually, ma'am, my daughter is in English medium, so he asked me so many questions about English and maths and geographic and whatever maybe is in his subject. So actually, I can't. I understand each and every words and how to speak in front man, but actually I cannot speak fluently. I understand each and every words I understand, but I can't speak. That's my big problem. So I will just try, and that's why I can't really speak in English. So my daughters not solve my problems. His problems not solve me because I cannot speak in English. This is my first thing. And before a few minutes ago, our friends told is a global language. He's absolutely right. Global language is English, so this is important. So that's why I
Mhm.
motivate inside and outside both sides.
Aha, very nice. So global language and work promotion or better salary, good
Yeah, yeah,
outside
yeah, yeah,
motivations.
yeah, yeah. You are right, ma'am. You are right.
Yes. Uh-huh. A good salary. That is nice because then with a better salary you can go abroad, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. You are right, ma'am.
it's connected. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are right.
Okay, wonderful. Um, and now we are going to go to the teaching part. This is something I think maybe all of you know in your head and you use it, but I want to teach you a practical way to use this, um, to use the biggest motivator for adults, especially the biggest motivator. And I'm going to show you a practical, comfortable way to use it so that you can continue staying motivated to learn English. But at first, I want to ask you, Anna, do you know the biggest thing that motivates adults who want to learn something? Can you
Money?
guess? Hmm?
I guess maybe money.
Okay, money.
Maybe the opportunity to climb the career ladder.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Hmm. Ken, do you have a guess?
Money or salary also the vehicle of that. Also another thing. I'm thinking about that, but I cannot figure it out.
Okay. Santosh, do you have a guess?
Mm, no, I have no idea, ma'am. That time I have no idea. I can't speak.
Okay, it's okay. No problem. Actually, I learned from another teacher who has been teaching for many, many years, and he learned from a lot of research that the biggest motivator for an adult to learn something is why. Why is it important? Why do they need it? Why is it going to make things better for them. So today we are going to work on a practical way to use this Y factor.
Okay.
Okay, that is why the class is called the Y factor. All right, so the nice thing is that the Y factor can be used for anything. I actually think about why I teach, because teaching English is not easy. I love the job, but it is not easy. So sometimes I need a little motivation, and so I use the Y factor as well. And you can use the Y factor for any goal that you learn, or sorry, that you want to reach. And when I teach students, I teach them to create something called a Y list. So does anyone have, again, we will start with Anna. What do you think a Y list is?
The reasons to do something, the
Okay.
pros.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ken?
Maybe the, how can I say, to make a list, we can clarify you know, tendency of we think why, or which is important, why, or it may be such kind of, how can I say, I forgot what, prioritize the why list
Mm-hmm.
to run, probably.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Santosh?
Uh,
What is a Y list? What do you think? It's only a guess. There is no right or wrong answer.
no, but I don't I don't understand the meaning of this word. So
So a list. Okay, so list is um, when you write or say um, each thing that is in a group. For example, I can make a list of students in this class. Anna, Ken, and Santosh. This is a list.
okay, okay, okay. Oh, got it, man.
Mhm. All right, so a Y list, what do you think a Y list is?
About English.
Just a Y list about anything.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, first of all, tell you, ma'am. Suppose you want to create a one words and one phrases, so you put the each and every content you need that levels. So first of all, you choose one by one. Uh, for example, suppose you have go to uh, other city. So first you choose bus and so many things. Uh,
That
that's
is a
it.
list. And so a Y list is is actually, as Anna and Ken said, it's a list of reasons why. And Ken, forgive me, my memory is not working very well. You added something that I thought was Great. Oh, priorities.
Yeah, yeah.
So the interesting thing is that I usually don't think about the priorities when I make my why list, which is most important. I just make the list, but priorities can be a good way to do it. But we are focusing today on a why list for learning English. So first, I am going to demonstrate a little bit, and then we will work together as a class to make a class why list. So screen share. One thing I love about Google Hangouts, screen share is very easy. Okay, so right now this is blank.
Okay.
Two important things about the items, the things in your why list. Number one is they must be true. They
Yeah.
must be real or connected to you. And they must be specific. So I am going to ask the question, why? Anna, why must the items be real and specific?
Mm. Because if you make a list that is unreal, you won't get motivated
Mm-hmm.
at all,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Uh-huh. And why must they be specific?
Um, to I to give you directions,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
you know, to make you to keep you on your track, I guess.
Okay. Ken, what do you think?
Sorry, I forgot your question. Sorry.
That's okay. Memory problems, they are contagious. Okay. I asked, why must the items on the why list
Mhm.
be real, meaning true and
Uh-huh.
connected to you, and why must they be specific?
I think to have a motivation, such kind of specification or to be realistic is important, I guess. But sometimes in a brainwashing level, not sorry, brainstorming level,
Brainwashing.
brainstorming level. Maybe
be,
yeah,
be
I can.
careful. People are going to think I brainwash my students.
That's confusing word for me. And that storming level, maybe I can freely, how can I say, list up my idea, and after that, I list up more specific or more realistic, yeah, which is truly necessary why or not, or something like that.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Yes. So
Okay.
yeah, it's also connected to the motivation, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. When you I really liked and I think you are thinking of the same idea that when Anna said that if it's not real, if it's not true, it doesn't work because
Right.
it's not it isn't now I can't speak English. Oh gosh. It isn't strong. It isn't powerful. Okay,
Right.
Santosh, what do you think?
Um, I think man, each and every symbol and icons on the screen is important for only the separate reason.
Okay, so I am asking why the items in a Y list. I do not have one yet on the screen, but why is the Y list item, why is it important for the Y list items to be true, to be real?
No, man.
Okay, that's all right, no problem. Okay, so quick demo. I am not learning English, although after today's class, maybe I should. I'm not learning English, but I am learning German. Okay, so I have a Y list, or I have motivations for learning German. And so my first item on my list is I'm learning German because it was spoken by my great grandfather. Now, to make it more specific, I'm using a name. This is not his real name because this is a public video. So I know I said it must be true, but for public video, I'm not going to use his real name. So I'm going to make oops. Maybe I should learn to write in English. Oh. There it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Another reason that I'm motivated to learn German is that when I speak German, it should say with, because I want to be specific. With, let's say, tourists in Yellowstone. I feel, I'm going to use Anna's example, a sense, because this is actually true, a sense of accomplishment. Okay. And one more, just to make it very clear. I'm learning German because my former teacher, and I'm going to make up the name again. Mr. Klaus likes it when I speak with him in his native tongue. Okay. Do you see the idea? These items are very specific. Does anyone, or I can say, what questions do you have about these items? Or do you have zero questions? Is it clear?
No. I have last one.
Hello.
You have, oh!
It is Anatoly.
Hi!
Hello. Yes, sorry, I was late a little bit. As I understood, we are talking about philosophical questions in in terms of motivation.
We
Because
are, but we have moved into the practical. So this class is part philosophical and part practical. The items you see, can you see my screen?
yes,
Okay, the items you see are a demonstration of a Y list. Now you have read them, so I'm going to just let you see my face again. Okay. They are items on a why list because we have talked about motivation to learn English, motivation in general, and we have talked about the biggest motivator for adult learners is why. And so now I am demonstrating how you can use this fact, a practical way to use this fact. And the items on the why list that I wrote were very specific. So I talked about learning German because my great grandfather spoke it, and I used a fake name because of the video, but I used a name. And I talked about tourists, speaking with tourists in a specific place, and the specific name of my former teacher. So these items were very specific. And so now, as a class, we are going to create a why list for learning English together. So I encourage you, Anatoly, because I think there were some good thoughts to watch the replay, or of course you can come to the next session and start over again. But it's up to you.
okay.
Here, okay. I'm going to share my screen again. Anatoly, what is one thing that motivates you to learn English just generally?
And generally, it is just interest in broaden my mind. It is a, high level of understanding things
Mm-hmm.
because of internet, because of possibility to communicate with very different people, very different cultures.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Yes, I agree. That is a very good reason to learn any language. That is one reason why I'm learning Russian, actually. So we are going to start with Anna. She is going to help us make our first two items on this Y list. So, Anna, you
Okay.
mentioned a sense of accomplishment. So,
Uh-huh.
can you make an item? Tell me the item, and I will write it down with the name of a specific song that you remember understanding, or a specific thing that you, when you understood it, you felt a sense of accomplishment.
Fireworks by Katy Perry.
Okay.
That's a song because I used to sing in Portuguese. It was a teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. It's a bit teeny weeny, you know. That's when I used to sing in Portuguese, and I had no idea that song was originally in English. And then I thought the English version was better, and
Mm-hmm.
and I felt it was great to be able to understand the song and sing along,
Mhm,
listen to time.
mhm. Okay. So, can you repeat, please? Can you repeat the name of the song?
Okay, one of them was Fireworks by Katy Perry, and the other one, I don't know the name, but it's a fun song that little children sing. It was an itty bitty teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Betty was all, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure of the name either. So we will just, for the sake of time, we'll just others. Okay. So this song, I have actually given a specific name and showed that, of course, you can understand other songs. It's not the only one. And number two, your second item, can you, you mentioned a higher salary at work. So can
Uh-huh.
you say,
But um, more important because it's a small amount, and
uh-huh,
and any certificate, any course, not just English.
mhm,
Because we have a plan of career, you know. So I could have chosen any course about anything.
mhm,
So it was not because of the money, you know,
mhm,
because I could have chosen something else, any other language, Spanish or I don't know, something else. Um, well, the second thing I can add to this list is to to feel that you are not limited by your native tongue. Almost
mhm.
everything is published in English. English is everywhere. Everyone is learning, and then your world becomes bigger.
Uh-huh. So we need to make it specific. So let's see. You would say something like, I can access things like, so give me a specific thing that you like to access in English.
Um, Articles that are that haven't been translated into Portuguese yet.
Okay, so
New uh, updates.
articles like, okay, can you think of a name of an article or maybe a website?
Um, okay. Uh, s- when you are required to write a thesis, you go to Cielo and you type the subject there, and then the vast majority of the articles that pop up
Mhm.
are in English. You know,
Uh-huh.
Cielo.
Cielo, can you spell the name?
Okay, it's a searching tool.
Right. Can you spell the
C
name of it? Mhm.
Cielo.
Okay. I've never heard of it before, so okay. So this is the way that we make it really specific. All right, Ken, everyone is being very patient. Thank you. Ken, it's your turn. So,
Okay.
yeah, you talked about oh boy, there goes my memory again. Your motivations. Are you getting the idea? Can you give me some specific things?
Mhm.
Okay, you talked about relatives, like talking to bilingual relatives in English.
Mhm.
Give me a fake name
A fake name for what?
for one of your relatives because I don't want to use real names.
Okay. For example, Jessica. Jessica.
Okay, so I can talk in English. Jessica. Mhm.
Yeah.
And you can even say how she is related to you. It's up to you. It's not a test. Okay. And the second thing.
Music maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can understand whose music do you like to understand?
I understand all my favorite songs. Now I can understand some of the songs, but it's still difficult actually.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty much impressed with some genre song like Mother, God. Current song I was impressed. The Lady Gaga song, Born This Way.
Okay. I can understand
And
lady.
these songs lyrics words are simple, so it's easier to understand. Okay, yeah. But simple, but it has a strong and deep message.
Mhm. And what was the name of the song again? I'm sorry.
Okay, John Lennon song, Mother, God,
No, the Lady Gaga song.
Born This Way.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And very specific. Santosh, over to you.
I think I like literatures, ma'am. I like
Okay.
literatures.
So you
Is
can say,
literature. Okay.
so whose literature? Like you want to understand books by, I don't know, Shakespeare?
No, sir. Lower Tolstoy, a Russian.
Ah,
Tolstoy. I so much reads these books and Indian culture also. Rabindranath Tagore and Swami Vivekananda is my best idol man in my life.
Tolstoy. Someone remind me, how do you spell Tolstoy?
I
Yeah.
think S E O, probably
L-E-S
Y. Mhm.
T-L-Y. L-E-S-T-L-Y.
L,
E-S-T-L-Y.
ah,
T-L-Y.
T, L-Y
O-Y.
or O-Y?
O-Y. O-Y, madam. O-Y. Yeah, yeah.
Oops. No L. No E, I mean. Really terrible when the computer is smarter than the English teacher. Okay, I can understand books by Leo Tolstoy. So again, very specific, a name. And number 2, you mentioned your daughter. So tell me, so for you, I will say I want to learn English so you can help my daughter.
Yeah.
So can you give me, not her name, please don't give me her name because it's public, but give me maybe a name of some Indian girl that's not your daughter's name.
Yeah. I understand, ma'am. Seema. S-double-E-M-A. S-double-E.
Ah,
S-double-E-M-A is an Indian girl name. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Right.
I'm thinking of the Arab way to pronounce it in English letters. I mean, to spell it in English letters. Okay.
Okay.
Sima, I love that name. I had a friend named Sima, but she was Persian.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very cool. So now we have a Y list as a class. And am I correct that it seems a little crazy to have, oh no, I missed Anatoly. I'm sorry, Anatoly. We haven't added items for you.
Mhm. Specific, not in general, yes?
Right.
Specific. Is it specific if I think it is to increase my chance to find interesting job if I need?
Sure, and you want to maybe say the type of job. To make it specific, you can say the kind of job
For
or the
example, in accounting in international company.
okay, as and so we would say international
Accounting.
accountant. Yes, yeah, is a way to make it specific. So for example, in my case, I might say I could get a traditional job as a teacher of speaking in a college, like, you know, and I would name the college, but don't worry, I'm not going offline. It was just an example. Okay, number 2, Anatoly.
I don't know, is it specific on general? After I started to study English, studying English, I started to understand slogans on the streets in English. Not exactly on the streets, and I'm able to read articles from newspaper, to read instruction in English, for example, for programs from soft.
So can you remember a slogan that maybe you understood and you said, wow, I can understand that?
Slogan. To be or not to be? That's the question. In fact, I read this slogan sometimes in our Moscow metro, because some trains in Moscow metro color it in and picture it in different themes, like Shakespeare, like classical movies,
Wow. Okay.
and sometimes maybe one a month, or once it or in 2 months I'm riding on the train which is dedicated to Shakespeare's poems, actors, yes, plays.
Классно. Very cool. Okay. That's interesting. I have never heard about that. So, okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing so we can finish up. So I want to see what you think, and because Anatoly has had the least amount of speaking time, we will start with you. Why do you think I am insisting or saying that you have to be so very specific?
Because it is aim which we can achieve, and it is the reason why we can do it,
Mhm.
because it is real.
Mhm.
In other case, it couldn't be real. It could be motivate us for one evening, two evening, not more.
Mhm. 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 And Santosh, what do you think? Why do I say you must be very specific in your list?
Yeah, because I like literature, so that's why this is my favorite.
I understand. We are talking about the list, the list that we made together. And always I say specific, specific. Use names. Be specific, not so be small, not big. Okay. Why? Why do I say that?
No, man.
Okay, it's okay. Um, okay, we're going backwards. Ken.
Yeah,
Yes, maybe too specific, uh, then maybe specify our true motivation or connection between the desire or a true, realist, how can achievement or aim also, yeah, aim, because, uh, uh, the period I studied English grammar most, the time before I took TOEFL or TOEIC. TOEIC grammar is not so complicated, but TOEFL grammar is very complicated, and I
I
don't
know.
like study grammar. I'm not good at it, but I have to do that. So to get the aim, also it's very useful, strong trigger for learning something, especially learning which I don't have a strong desire for it.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, to have a specific target. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Miss Anna, why do you think I insist or say you must be specific?
Uh, to keep us in our track, I could have been more specific because I have a dream. I want to teach English online. I want to be hired
Mm-hmm.
by a company one day, and then I can use my spare time to make some bucket bugs to make some bugs, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and would be wonderful. I don't like grammar either, but since I wanna teach English, I have to master grammar, even preposition engineer. I prepositions because here we just have a couple prepositions, and you have an endless list in English, and I believe everyone agrees that prepositions in English are way too complicated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are complicated. It's true. It's true. When we talk about prepositions, all of my students say "ouch" in their minds. Yes. So um, it's all true. The reasons that everyone gave, it's true. When you make it specific, it's real. When you make it specific, it gives you a target. and also it just helps you to move forward and stay on track. Also, you notice that we included items in the why list that were connected to the past. So, for example, I asked Anatoly to tell me a slogan that he remembers understanding. And when you do this, when you think about the past and the future and add these things to your why list, they help you to remember that sense of accomplishment, that feeling of, wow, yeah, that was great. Or they help you to think about the sense of accomplishment that will be. But they help you to visualize and or feel when you are trying to be motivated. If you are specific, you can visualize or feel this memory or this dream. So the last thing I will say, because we are out of time, is your homework will be to think about ways to make a why list for yourself and keep the why list where you can see it. So don't make the why list and then put it in your desk drawer and you don't look at it. It's useless then. It doesn't motivate you in your drawer. It motivates you on your computer monitor or on your wall. Or if you have a smartphone, you can add a why item for every day in your calendar, something like this. You need to be able to see it. And you can make the why list in English or in your native language or both. It is extra practice too. So with all of that homework, I will say thank you to Santosh, to Anna, to Anatoly, and to Ken for joining me today. And I hope this class was useful. If so, please like the video, share it, and I will see everyone next time.